Hey guys, what is up? I already filmed this video this week, but I filmed it before Joe Biden was officially announced as president, and now that he is officially announced, I just feel like I'm just in such a better mood. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling so much more light and airy, and I figured I could reshoot it, just feeling more grateful to be alive, which is so dramatic, but I'm a Leo moon, so I don't know what else you would expect. Hello, welcome to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, then thank you so much. And if you're new here, my name is Jasmine Kylene. I'm a conscious media journalist and a spiritual counselor. You can book a session with me or check out more of my stuff in the description below. And you can also get a color healing tee, which I would normally be wearing, but I'm not wearing it now. So I really flopped on the self promo. But it's been a while since I have come out with a video relating to spiritual counseling, so I thought that I could make a quick one just about our chakras. Which, if you don't know what a chakra is, they are basically energetic centers that are in the spine of our bodies. They are energetic centers located in our spines, and each govern different themes. They are ruled by different colors. Chakra in Sanskrit directly translates to wheel, right? So these energetic centers are moving. They have energy to them, and whenever they are, what's the word I'm looking for? So whether they are overactive or underactive, understanding our chakras and where we stand with each of them can help us in learning about how we can pour more intention into healing them or getting them into a balanced place. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about each chakra, which each chakra governs, and what it looks like when it's underactive or overactive, and different things that you can do in order to bring it to a place of harmony. The very first chakra that I want to talk about is the root chakra, and it's located in the base of our spine, and it is governed by the color red. So the root chakra is very much root, right? It's related to what is 3D, what is earthly, what is in the physical realm. You know, they say that the bottom three chakras are the self. It is what is connected to what is physical, what is tangible, what is here. Then the top three chakras are what is connected to the ethers, what is outside of us. So, you know, I didn't shave my armpit, I just realized, but whatever, who cares? It is connected to what is outside, what is divine, and the heart chakra, which lies in the middle, is sort of the bridge between the physical and the spiritual, the self, and what is outside of self, and all that good stuff. So the root is the most 3D chakra. It is our connection to Mother Earth, as well as our connection to our roots, right? Our ancestral connections. The cycles that play out in our family lineage, and just cycles in general, our attachments. It's also where our relationship with material lies, so not just what is physical, but also our relationship with money, right? If we feel deserving of money, maybe any limiting beliefs related to money, or just limiting beliefs in general. I think a lot of that lies in our root chakra. So when we're not in a healthy space with our root chakra, we can have an attachment to outdated cycles. We can be playing out outdated patterns that maybe are related to our lineage, right? Family cycles, family beliefs. We could be feeling unsafe in our settings or our surroundings. And conversely, we could be focusing too much on what is in the future or what is in the past and not what is in the present, right? The root chakra is very much standing firmly with 2 feet in the ground on whatever timeline you are currently living in. Sorry if that was convoluted. When it's imbalanced, it can also look like us overspending money or being stingy with money, right? Just not having a healthy relationship with money. It can look like paranoia. So when we want to bring our root chakra back to harmony, we can work with color healing, which obviously I'm just gonna say this now. This goes for all of the chakras. Oh, fuck, I'm gonna run out of battery. For all of these chakra centers, eating foods that are that same color, right? Because, you know, the root chakra is red, the sacral chakra is orange, and it goes down the line. I have a whole video on color healing and how eating foods with those colors can help heal them, so keep that in mind. But otherwise, in order to be in a beautiful and harmonious place with your root chakra, a good way to do that is to walk barefoot on earth, to actually walk in grass, sole of your feet to soil, and actually just stand rooted in what whatever is beneath you, whether it's sand or grass or dirt, just really connecting to earth. You can also create a budget, get rid of any debts that you owe. And above all else, spend time in nature, not bound by time, just kind of being present in that moment. And a couple of journaling prompts you can work with if you want to heal your root chakra is: how can I cultivate more stability in my life? What beliefs and cycles have I inherited that no longer serve me? And also, what beliefs and cycles have I inherited that I honor? And lastly, in what ways can I spoil myself more? And that's one that's hoping to tie into you creating a healthy relationship with money and with earning abundance. The second chakra that I want to talk about is the Sacral Chakra. It's located right below the navel, and I have a line of color healing t-shirts, and I'm actually wearing the Sacral Chakra shirt right now, which is I am manifesting. And that is because the Sacral Chakra is exactly where you manifest from. It's your creative center, it's your fertile, it's your fertility. That's where your Sacral Chakra lies. It's also connected to your sensuality and your sexuality, how you express yourself in those environments, and also how you feel about yourself in those environments, how you show up as a sexual and sensual being. It's not exactly your confidence, because that more so lies in your solar plexus, but it's more so your assuredness and how you feel sexually and sensually. It also has a lot to do with your health, right? So if there are health problems that manifest themselves, especially when it comes to reproductive circumstances, so if you're a woman and you deal with irregular periods or PCOS or anything like that, that typically has a lot to do with your sacral chakra and perhaps it being imbalanced. So when your sacral chakra is imbalanced, you can be in a place where you don't feel creative, when you feel like you aren't able to be in a place that is conducive to making stuff, to creating whatever your form of art is. Creative blocks is what they would call it. You can also have an hyperactive sex drive, or in contrast, a low libido or libido. I never know how to say that word. How do you say that word? You can also feel insecure, especially sexually. And like I said, you can have hormonal issues or hormonal imbalances, irregular periods, really tough cycles, a lot of PMS, or just like tough cramps and stuff like that. In order to heal the sacral chakra, what you want to do is dance. You want to make art. So you want to create, especially with your hands if you can. Be nude. Don't need to go any deeper than that. And also just self-exploration. You can also take that however it is that you want, but if that means masturbation for you, then masturbate. Some journaling prompts to work on if the sacral chakra is one that you do think you need a little bit more help pouring some nourishment into would be, what do I want to create and gift to the world? So connecting with how you look or who you are as a creator. And also writing out the life that you choose to live in great detail. This is the energy center. I don't know if I already said this, but this is where we manifest from. This is not only where we are fertile in terms of actually bearing a child, but it's where we're fertile in terms of creating what it is that we want for ourselves. So in that, I think getting really clear on the life that you want to manifest, because you are the co-creator of your own reality, that is really going to be a beautiful journaling prompt to connect you back to your power in your sacral chakra. And lastly, list what you love about your body. Just, it's not really a question, it's just a matter of what is it that you love about your body? What is it that you love about what you offer sexually and sensually? And just get clear on it, girl. Or boy, anyone really. The next energy center that I want to talk about, your chakra, is the solar plexus. So this one is located right in the mid-abdomen, and it's governed by the color yellow. And this is what they call our powerhouse. I always say it's my Beyonce center, but it's where we show up. It's where our confidence lies. It's how the world sees us, and it's how we see ourselves. So it's sort of, it's our center stage place. It's where we exert our energy and our action, and how we physically pour ourselves into what it is that we want to create for ourselves or what we want to make in the world. And so when we are imbalanced in our solar plexus, we can either lack confidence, we can hide away from attention and not want attention, or we can attention hog, right? Because you can be on the over or under scale. So if our solar plexus is overactive, then we are placing all of our value and our worth on how much attention it is that we receive. So you want to make sure that you're not on either end of that scale, that you're willing to be seen and happy with being seen, but that you're not only basing your value on being seen. Also, if our solar plexus is imbalanced, we can feel a lot of fears, right? I think fears can show up in all of our energy centers, particularly our root chakra, right? A lot of fears and not having a sense of safety lies in our root chakra, but fears in terms of thinking that you're gonna fail or thinking that people are gonna ridicule you definitely lies within our solar plexus. Once again, I'm so sorry that it looks like I'm literally in a cave and I don't know how to fix it. Also, if our solar plexus is imbalanced, we can be people pleasing a lot and straying to step outside of our comfort zone, only staying with where we feel safe and small, when we are meant to be big and bright and bold and beautiful. So some ways to heal our solar plexus is to take up more center stage opportunities that present themselves that may, immediately make you feel scared or vulnerable or overwhelmed, but knowing that saying yes to them and putting yourself outside of your comfort zone is how you're going to evolve and create that life that you want for yourself so badly, that you've been envisioning through your sacral. Sharing your art publicly is also a thing, not only creating, but also showing off what you created and being proud of what you created, and simultaneously conquering a fear and doing so spontaneously, saying yes to whatever immediately scares you, like I just also mentioned. And lastly, taking more selfies. I know that sounds vain and that sounds very surface level, but seeing the beauty in yourself, not just in a sacral chakra way, which is, building your confidence, but rather building your confidence to a point where you want to show off how beautiful you are, and knowing that you aren't to be ashamed for thinking that you're beautiful and for thinking that you're worthy of being seen. Should I turn on the light? I'm gonna turn on the light. I don't know why I didn't just turn on the light from the beginning, but can you see me now? Oh, sick. I look purple, but this is fine. Okay, cool. So mid-video, we have a completely different lighting, and I'm not even gonna apologize for it. It just is what it is. So some journaling prompts to work with if you want to manifest having a stronger solar plexus would be, how can I honor my power more boldly, right? Sometimes when we seek empowerment, we seek it from external sources, but it's really about connecting to how you can plug your own self in. So how can I honor my power more boldly? The next one is, in what ways do I need to allow myself to be seen more, right? In what areas are you hiding that you don't deserve to be hiding? And conversely, where do I need more boundaries? Where do I need to set more limits? Where do I need to not be so available? And lastly, what is my personal definition of success? I think a lot of the fears that are related to the solar plexus are fears of failure and fears of not accomplishing whatever commercial success it is that you are chasing. But if you have your own definition of success and your own sense of purpose, then there is no failing, right? So connect to what your version of success looks like. Is it, getting 100,000 streams, or is it maybe impacting that one person in a way that changes their life? Just gonna throw that out there. So the next energy center, the next chakra that I want to talk about is the heart chakra. This is located in our chest, obviously, and it's green, and it's known to be the bridge, as I mentioned before, with the physical and the spiritual. So it's kind of the chakra in between, the transitional chakra, and honestly one of the most important ones. I think if our heart chakra is imbalanced, everything else is just going to feel dull and mundane. Who's to say that having a healthy solar plexus means anything if our heart isn't in it, if our heart isn't happy? So obviously this is where our joy lies, this is where our love lies, not just for other people, our neighbors, our family, our friends, our romantic interests, but also the love that we have for ourselves lies in our heart chakra. It's where our inner child lives. It's where the joy that is grand and beautiful, but also the joy that is small and comes in bursts throughout the day and throughout the human experience. That's where it lies, and it's a really beautiful energy center that I'm working on healing because my heart is a little bit overwhelmed and overstimulated with what 2020 is. And yeah, our heart chakra is just how we are relationally. It's how we show up in our relationships and how we honor how we show up in our relationships. So when it's imbalanced, it can look like holding on to anger, holding on to resentment. And they say that if you hold on to these grudges that you have for other people, it's really just a matter of hurting yourself, right? Because they don't know or care or even affected by it. But when you hold on to anger and resentment, you're only hurting yourself. So when your heart chakra is imbalanced, it looks like that. It looks like a lot of arguments, a lot of lack of love and communication, and also obviously depression, a sense of dullness, a sense of disconnection with the joy of living, which is pretty fucking sad, but that's what an imbalanced heart chakra looks like. And when you are healing your heart chakra, you really want to make sure that you're connecting with what it meant to be a healthy child for you, doing inner child healing. I have a video all about inner child healing that you can also check out, but it's really just about doing the things that brought you joy as a kid and that still interest you and bring you lighthearted joy as an adult. Also hugging, hugging people, because that's a sort of a chest to chest moment that is really healing. Playing with animals or kids, playing with really pure beings that aren't tainted by ego and all of the things that come with being a functioning member of society. Taking more off days, valuing play just as much as you would value productivity, and knowing that there is productivity in play. And telling someone that you care about that you care about them. Telling someone that you love them. Sharing what lies within your heart, not just in a creative aspect, but also just in a communal aspect. Really just sharing your joy and your love. The journaling prompts that I would recommend if you're working on healing or mending your heart chakra would be, what does fulfillment look like to me? What does my inner child need from me? How can I interweave more play into my life? And then also just describing your love language, getting clear on what your love language is. Outside of, obviously we all know the traditional love languages like quality time or, words of affirmation and gifts and all of that, but also just like, what does love look like to you, and what do you need love to look like to you? Does it look like independence? Does it look like space? Does it look like thoughtfulness? Does it look like something that's a physical sensation, or does it look like something that exists just in words? Whatever it is, just get clear on it, journal on it, and I think that'll help heal your heart when you have clarity on what your heart needs. Next up, moving into our connection with what is external, we're moving into our throat chakra, which my voice is getting a little raspy right now because I choked on an almond earlier today, so excuse that. But our throat chakra is blue, and it's obviously located in our throat, and it's where our communication lies. It's where we express ourselves, how we honor our truth, how we show up in the world vocally, and also conversely how we listen, how we receive information, not just how we give it, but how we receive it, being active listeners. And if it's imbalanced, we're not actively listening. We are only speaking to be heard, or rather listening while planning our response. Was that a sentence? Also, when our throat chakra is out of balance, we can be really argumentative. We can find ourselves not communicating in an effective manner, right? Jumping very quickly with reactions, being very reactionary, or overthinking and second guessing what it is that we want to say. Also, there's an inability to defend ourselves when our throat chakra is out of balance. So, being overly concerned with people pleasing, not standing up for yourself when you are under some sort of attack, those kinds of things. And also just feeling ignored or feeling misunderstood on a great capacity and on a smaller capacity, not just as, not on a personal level only, but also just like showing up in a room as the only woman there, or as or as the only person of color there, you can easily feel misunderstood. So some actions to help you heal your throat chakra would be to do some writing or some singing or just whatever form of expression you intuitively want to get out. Chanting, conversing, having more conversations with friends or people who are safe to you. Reading, ingesting words, listening to an audiobook or a podcast, and also just honoring your truth. I think it's really important that when we're healing our throat chakra, that we honor our truth and that we speak our truth, whatever our truth is, and free of the fear of judgment of us honoring our own truths. I'm sorry, obviously my throat chakra needs a little help because I don't know if I'm communicating my thoughts in the most effective manner, but it's also worth noting that we are under the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. When you're healing your throat chakra, some journaling prompts you probably want to work with are, how can I express myself more authentically? What am I paying too much attention to, and what am I paying not enough attention to? And how can my truth be honored more deeply? The second to last chakra that I want to talk about is the third eye chakra, and it's located literally exactly where our third eye is meant to be, which is in the middle of our brows, and it's governed by the color indigo. This is our seat of intuition, our own inner compass. It's where we listen to our voice, where we listen to our gut feelings, and how we relate to our voice and to our gut feelings and to our own sense of clairvoyance, right? Everybody is a clairvoyant. It's just a matter of actually honoring the power that lies within our own magic. So yeah, I think oftentimes in our society we don't follow our hunches, we don't follow our intuitive knowings, and that is indicative of having an imbalanced third eye, or rather not an awakened third eye. So obviously when it's not awakened, it looks like mistrust in oneself, an inability to listen to our own intuitive guidance and inner compass, questioning our gut feelings, and being over controlling or not having a sense of control. And when we want to work on mending our third eye chakra, a big thing to do is to be drinking more filtered water. When we're ingesting a lot of fluoride, which we can often ingest if we're not drinking filtered water, we can calcify our pineal gland. I also don't know how exactly how to pronounce that, but I do know that it has a horrifying effect on our third eye development. So making sure that you're drinking filtered water, making sure that you are honoring your intuition and following your hunches, as well as making predictions, right? Practicing honing in on the strength of your clairvoyance. Some journaling prompts to work on is, why do I question my intuition? Which clairvoyant capabilities are asking for my attention? How can I separate ego from intuition? And in what areas of my life can I loosen my grip on control? And lastly, but certainly not leastly, we have our crown chakra, which is located at the top of the head, and it is purple. And this is a chakra center that connects us to divinity. It connects us to our faith, to whatever it is that we believe in, whether it's, God, the universe, your team of angels, your ancestors. It's how you communicate with them and how you receive information from them. So when it's imbalanced, we feel like we're disconnected from the universe. We're not seeing synchronicities or, things flowing in a divinely orchestrated manner. We may feel hopeless in our faith. We may feel like we're left behind, like we're not cared for and guided and protected. And if it's overstimulated, we can feel too in the clouds. We cannot feel grounded and present. We're always focused on what we can't see, and we're, those like hippie children who have no set of feet on earth. So in order to better our relationship with our crown chakras, we can meditate, we can do yoga, whatever is mindful and conscious, and just having a routine spiritual practice and honoring it, but also practicing grounding if we feel like we're overstimulated. Some journaling prompts to work with our crown chakra is, in which ways do I see and feel God? What do I believe in, and what does the best version of myself look like? Because through our crown chakra, we connect with our higher selves. And my card is about to expire, even though I literally just looked and it was 333. So I think I got out everything that I needed to get out. Before this runs out, just know that thank you so much. I appreciate so much for you guys joining me. Feel free to subscribe or follow me on Instagram if you want more conscious content like this, and know that you are always in charge of being the best possible version of yourself. You're the co-creator of your reality, and as long as you bring attention to these things, you can heal. That's it. Wow, I said everything I need to say and it's still going. So, yeah. Bye.